Let's play a game this time. I'm going to give you 3 tenses, 2 of which are false, 1 of which is true. There we go. Margaret Thatcher is morally a murderer. 2. She's one of the guilty for the current situation of our world and local economy. 3. If hell does exist, she is probably in it. You guessed it, they are all true. You might be wondering why I started with her. Well, first of all, because you should never miss a chance to talk shit about Margaret Thatcher. Second of all, because of a quote that struck me and is often part of my thoughts. The phrase is part of a longer speech, but we all remember mostly the part where she said, "There is no such thing as society." She then continued, talking about individuals and families and how we should take care of ourselves first and then of the others. One video is probably not enough to do this quote the justice it doesn't deserve. Probably a book would be a start. So here I'd like to go straight to the point and remind you that society does exist, and I'd like to try and prove that to you using the recent tragedies. You see, I have a love-hate relationship with coronavirus, or COVID-19. The hate part is easy to understand. Everyday deaths are something like what you could see during a war. Here in Italy, for example, we've got to more than 500 deaths per day, and we are getting close to the known numbers of China for the infected. To re-quote our beloved Thatcher, many individuals are dying, many families are being destroyed. But there is something more. Society is being hit as well. What is society though? To be honest, I don't know yet. Because you see, I don't look at the world using schemes. I am not Margaret Thatcher, and I have no interest in splitting the public in different categories. I would like for people to be united, different in their individuality, but together to help, to protect and love each other during the difficulties of life. Basically, I want a politics based on cooperation and not competition. The point with right-wing and liberals in general is that what they say makes a logical sense, sometimes, but it lacks on the practical and also moral side. The problem with this quote I told you is that there is no clear meaning. For normal people, it's not clear where she's going with it. If she said to help society, we should start with helping ourselves, so that we are able to help the others, I would understand it. Not support it still, but it would at least make sense. But she said that society does not exist. So what am I helping myself for? As I said, I don't want to be alone. You might answer, it's to help your family. I get it, but then, what is family? Is it just our partner and children? Or is it the net of people that we care about and to whom we share something more valuable than objects? But then, could it be that society is just the expansion of that concept? Could it be that despite what the Thatcher said, there is something more than the mere individual? This might be just my problem, but I also can't stand the fact that she was not a philosopher, she was a politician. You could have voted for her. But what would you have voted for? Society does not exist, so the country does not exist. Also, judging by what she said, she was probably going to help herself first, then her family, and then maybe, just maybe, us. But then again, us does not exist, because the only thing that does exist is individuals. Let's go back on coronavirus. Let's imagine that you are a doctor. You don't work for society, obviously, you help individuals or whatever. Anyway, how do you do that? Let's try just for a second to follow Margaret Thatcher philosophy. First of all, you have to take care of yourself and your family, so you stay home. After that, can you go out and help the others? No! Because you're not helping yourself. You're actually putting your body and your relatives in danger. Remember that, in this philosophy, or politics, or whatever you wanna call it, the individual comes first. This is the purest concept of liberalism. You come first. Some would like to reply, You just need to put someone able to help in any family. But you know, that is not possible. There are not enough doctors even now. And anyway, if I am poor because I guess I haven't lost my dignity enough, how do I pay my university to become a doctor? And I am concentrating on health alone. How can I have at my disposal lawyers, teachers, journalists, engineers, farmers or breeders, drivers in general, etc. etc. I guess I need a very large family where every component do something the others can't. Do you know what that looks like? Oh no, it looks like society. So we are back at the beginning. Society does exist and it's like a big family, or it should be if we want it to work, where everybody helps everybody. Also, if we manage to find a way so that through education we could see what one is best at, and so put it where he can do his or her best for all the others, maybe we wouldn't even need money. Because instead of producing endless and useless things to sell for our god, the market, we would work just for what we need, and everything else is just free time. To be dedicated for art, literature, and why not, maybe even love. When I started writing this video, I wanted to give you practical problems and demonstrate why society exists thanks to them. For example, the fact that people is dying to jog now that they can't, when maybe they used to spend all their day on their sofa watching Netflix. Or the fact that people forced home with their family end up feeling alone, when maybe they didn't wish for anything else in the past. But why? I think it's because there is something more than just ourselves, than the individual, something that is given for granted and we don't even notice, something bigger than us, but of which we are a part of. Something like society. And now that we can't live that anymore, now that all is stopping, we feel that we have lost part of ourselves. In the end, I hate this virus. I just hate that every time I cough, I panic, even if I know I don't have it. I hate that I cannot see my friends. I'm scared because I see so many people dying, and I'm scared for those that will die. And I'm really worried for those who don't have enough money for food and that can't work right now. But on the other hand, I can't do anything but cheer for those who, thanks or because of COVID-19, are finally realizing how the world actually works and how it should instead. Society is realizing the importance of public health. It understands that the establishment is not there to help them or to make them rich. Instead, it now sees how they aim for the highest profit and don't care if workers get in danger or even die. Coronavirus is killing populism, which is just the mask for liberalism, when the same politicians that always negates even the existence of problems are now pushed to take the right actions. This virus is not only killing people, also it is destroying those hypocrisies that only a month ago had been used for years to get people going. It's making people question their way of life. Even from those who are suffering or that were not rich or just felt good with their lives, you can hear, I don't want to get back to that. I don't want to get back. But then where are we going? I don't know. But I want to believe that whatever we will build, it will be better than what we have now. We have to make something better of our society. We have to. For those who have died, for those who sacrificed their lives to help, for those who we have lost. We owe that to them. We need to make their death not worth it. It will never be worth it, but we need to give that meaning. We need for society to exist. Otherwise, who are we?
I'm Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets.